So hello and welcome to my channel, and today I'm going to make a meat-free spaghetti meatball, sort of Italian type flavour of food. So I'll just talk you through the ingredients that I'm going to use. So I've got two packets of meat-free meatballs. So this packet's from Aldi, and you get usually about 12 in each box, and they are vegan. And then another box here, Viv Era meatballs. I think they were from Tesco actually, but they're not Tesco's brand. Get about 12 in there, so about 24 meatballs. Got two remainder of packets of the free from spaghetti. So these are dairy free, so egg free, dairy free, gluten free. So I've got about 500 grams of the spaghetti there. May not use all of that. To start with, I'm going to use some dried ingredients. So this is all stuff out of the cupboard and freezer. Nothing has been bought fresh. All different types of herbs there. I'll go through those as we go along. I've got some passata, chopped tomatoes. I may use this as well. I think that might be quite nice in it. Got some frozen onions, frozen peppers, and then a few different flavours there. I'm going to serve it with this flatbread, which is from Aldi. It's a Mexican spicy tomato and grilled pepper, so that will go really nicely with it. So I'm going to start off with the wok, a couple of sprays of the garlic fry light, and I'm going to put the peppers and onions in to start with. So that's just a generous couple of handfuls of diced onion and the peppers, which were both frozen. What I've done, I've put all that in there, let it defrost, and I've actually had to drain some of the water off because there was a lot of water from it being frozen. The only thing with the frozen vegetables, I find, you have to be really careful that you use enough, because with the water, when it's frozen, it looks like you've got, you know, a massive great big handful, but once they defrost you don't actually have an awful lot. So just be mindful of that if you've not used frozen vegetables before. So once they're defrosted, they are actually all raw, so you then need to cook them. So I'm just putting a bit of heat through it to fry the onions off a little bit. The oil probably has gone down the drain with the rest of the water, but they're fine just cooking in what they're in. So I'm just going to turn the heat down a bit now and start adding some ingredients. So I'm going to start with the dried stuff first. Out come my favourites, the grinders. So first in is a few generous grinds of the garlic and herb twist. These are absolutely fantastic to have in your cupboard. So a good few grinds of that one. I might add a bit more as we go along. The Italian herbs. This was from Aldi, 99p. Absolutely love this. So in here we've got rosemary, sage, bay, basil, and thyme. So a good few little twists of this one. Mix about. Garlic and herb salt. I've got this one from Pound Stretcher actually. So all you've got in this one is sea salt, garlic, and parsley. So this is adding a bit of flavour and seasoning salt-wise, so I don't need to add any more salt once I've used this. Not quite as much of that one because it's got a lot of salt in it. A couple of grinds of this one, which is an everyday seasoning. That's got a bit of everything in it. Oh, here we go. Sea salt, black pepper, so there's the rest of the seasoning. Mustard, parsley, garlic, and onion extract. So again, this is a great one to have in the cupboard. So give that a bit of a mix around. You can smell all the herbs getting infused in there. It smells lovely. Next, a couple of spoonfuls of the chopped very lazy garlic. This stuff's great to have in the fridge. It takes quite an effort to chop up garlic, and I just think you might as well get something like this. I'm sure the taste is about the same. And then I just use a bit of the juice from that because that is going to be very garlicky. Now the only problem with this, it's really, really strong, so I keep it in a plastic bag in the fridge, because otherwise your fridge tends to get a bit garlicky smelling. Give that another stir around. So I'm going to make the sauce to go in there now, so a nice generous squeeze of tomato puree. I'm also going to add some of these sun-dried tomato. These are from Tesco, as you can see, and they're in their own sort of oil. So I'll just pull them out and hopefully not pick up too much oil. Again, great to have in your fridge. Right, I'm just going to turn the heat off while I do this next bit. So the tomatoes are quite big, so what I'm going to do is just snip them with the scissors. So to be honest, I'm not really following a recipe for this. I'm just winging it as we go and hoping it turns out okay. These are actually quite strong tasting because they've been marinated in the jar for quite some time, so don't need too many of those, but they're absolutely delicious and really nice to add to tomato-y dishes. So all the flavours are starting to infuse over the little time that they're in there all together. So next I'm going to add this, a dolmio stirring sauce. This is a sun-dried tomato one and it's vegetarian. These sauces for the price are absolutely fantastic. They're only about 99 pence, and again great to have in the cupboard because they've got a lovely long shelf life on them. And I often just warm some of this through and just add a bit of pasta to it, and it's a lovely evening meal. So adding that hopefully will add a little bit of sweetness as well as flavour to the sauce. So next I'm going to add some of this passata. I've never actually used it before. I normally just use chopped tomatoes, but I think because we've got all the textures already in there, we'll be okay with just a bit of this instead of chopped tomatoes. So this again was from Aldi. I think it was about 60 pence. It wasn't much at all. So it's just a tomato sauce. That'd be nice with a bit of Worcester sauce in it, wouldn't it? In fact, I might add a bit of that to it. See what we like with the flavours once we get that warm through. Right, I'm going to put a bit of heat back into that now, just to mix that all through and have a little taste test. And then I'm also going to just warm through the meatballs, just to defrost them a little bit before I add them to the sauce. So the meatballs are just on a low heat there. I'm not going to actually put anything in there because they don't need any flavouring. They actually are quite flavoursome on their own, to be honest. Let me just read what they've got in them. So, soy protein, water, onion puree, chickpea flour, tomato puree, parsley, garlic puree, onion powder, garlic powder, salt, tomato powder, black pepper, white pepper. So on their own they are very flavoursome, so certainly don't need to add anything to that. Right, so the flavours have all had a little bit of time to heat through and infuse, and Alan and I have just had a little taste test, and it's really absolutely quite delicious. I can't believe it. So the meatballs now have been heated through. A couple of them have got a little bit of colour to them now, so they're going to go in there, and I'm just going to leave them on a very low heat just to take on some of the flavour of the sauce. So I'm going to put the bread in now. So this is, as I said earlier, the tomato and grilled pepper bread. It's started to defrost a little bit. This was from Aldi. I think this was £2. I got a couple of these, and then I'm also going to cook the pasta, the spaghetti. So I've boiled some water, that can go in there. Yeah, this probably will make about 5 or 6 dinners, so I need to do quite a bit of pasta. I'm not sure how spaghetti reheats actually. I know some pasta goes a bit dry, but I don't mind so much, so I'm going to get a load on the go. And then that can just keep on simmering away in the background. So the water's boiling now, so I'm going to add the pasta. So the water for the pasta has boiled, so I've just added half a packet of one of the free from spaghetti pastas. So the spaghetti's ready, the sauce is ready. I've added a bit more boiling water again to that because of all the water coming off it. So it's now time to serve up. So I've just put some boiling water through all of that to get the starch off. So there we are, it's all dished up now. It's made 5 very nice ample portions. Alan's got a great big one there, that's mine, and then we've got 2 for another day, and then that one's for our neighbour Cyril. And here's the lovely bread all cooked as well. So that's that one finished. Hope you've enjoyed that. Be great if you wanted to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one. So thanks for watching, and bye for now.